pros and cons living in the Philippines. If there were a second place for you to live in the Philippines, where will it be?
What is your favorite food from the Philippines? And ooh, when will you get married?
I just love you.
My favorite place to be is right here. Not thinking about what brings me down, yeah. My favorite way to be without fear is in the now. I'm learning how. Fast life, no thanks, no, I'm doing just fine. One foot in another, floating, enjoying my freedom, singing off key, yeah. I like it better when I'm under the sun. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm under the sun.
Good morning guys, what's going on? It is the 2nd of January 2020. That year sounds really nice. 2020, it sounds amazing. And I have to say I am immensely motivated, super pumped for this year. And I just noticed that this morning I got up at like 5 o'clock. Oh, motorbike squad on a motorbike. I want to get on a bike again. I got up this morning super motivated, very driven, very purposeful. And today we actually drove out to Clark Airport. We dropped off Nelly's cousin and her boyfriend because they're flying out to Puerto Princesa today. They're going to be spending a week in Palawan. Unfortunately, we couldn't join them because we have an important project next week on Monday. But you'll see more about that very soon. Very excited for that. But it meant we couldn't join them on this trip. Flights for a shorter time period were very expensive. So we were looking at maybe flying out today, coming back Sunday. But it was just unreasonably expensive. So we decided to stay in Manila. And actually, Kuya, what are you doing? We're starting a fast today because one of our big goals of 2020 is to get in the best shape that we possibly can. We're going to kick off the year by doing a cleanse, kind of fasting for 3 days, getting our body back into a good rhythm. Anyway, I'm babbling. Why am I babbling? The reason why you're here is because we're doing a Q&A today. We put out a request for your questions, and we will be answering those questions on this road trip back to Manila. So Nelly, would you do us the honor and get started with the questions?
Okay guys, I think we're starting this Q&A by telling you that all the questions will be linked down in the description box, and we will have timestamps. So if some kind of question interests you a lot, just click on the timestamp and listen to it. First question is, how was it back in Austria like?
It was really nice to be back in Austria. Really enjoyed time with family. I really enjoyed seeing Ralph. I really enjoyed seeing the cats. So one thing I battled with, it's winter time in Austria right now, and the day before we arrived was actually the shortest day, the longest night of the year in Austria. So it means the sunrise is very late and it sets very early, and I need sun to be happy. And I think that's something that when we lived in Austria, it's something that really got me down over winter. We'd spend so much time in darkness. And also a lot of times it's very misty and cloudy in Austria, so you don't really get a lot of sunlight, and I think that's something that I battled with a little bit. But you know, the advantages of being with family outweigh the disadvantages of the weather.
So to answer the question, from my perspective, we didn't do that much in Austria this time, so we just spent quality time with the family. But there is a full vlog about our hometown, so if you haven't yet checked out, it's linked right here. What are your 2020 goals?
Well, this year I have like a set of goals for like personal goals that I want to reach, and then I have some professional goals that I want to reach. Professional goals is I want to increase the production value of our vlogs and just make them more cinematic, more intriguing, more interesting. Second goal is actually, and this is almost like a huge announcement, there will be a second channel, second YouTube channel, a mic channel. but I'll tell you more about that later. It's gonna be, I got very specific, very cool ideas, which I'll be sharing more and more about that over the next few weeks. Personal goals, I want to get back to like 100% health. My body's still kind of dragging from last year, so I mentioned it before, we're fasting. Now we're getting into a whole new workout regime. We'll just stay healthy, drink less alcohol, do more workouts, stay more active, go more surfing, do hobbies and activities that challenge us physically but are a lot of fun.
Okay, I think I can summarize it into the same topics. Major goal for this year is to be healthy, have healthy habits, and yeah, get back into fitness and healthy eating. We're trying to balance our lifestyle, which is quite hectic and seems like mission impossible, but it's doable. Personal goals, I want to have more quality time, more time off. I want to have a hobby, which I didn't have for quite some time. And yeah, it's like just putting our relationship first, have a balanced lifestyle. That's personal goals. And professional goals, achievements for this year, I would say work further on my channel, and also there will be something very new coming soon, which I think I will dedicate a whole video on my channel on Nelly's Life.
Nelly's Life 2020, 100,000 subscribers. Let's do it! Let's do it! So the next question is, do I plan on hosting a cooking channel on YouTube? And the answer is no. So here on Making It Happen vlog, we do cooking videos every now and then, and that's just because we enjoy to do cooking videos every now and then, but we're not going to do like a standalone cooking channel.
Okay, next question, Mike. How did you meet Nelly? That is a very interesting question, and the truth is we met online, but more about that on Mike's side.
Nelly and I were living in the same city in Austria when we met, and we had a lot of similar friends, but you know, no direct contact points. And there was a social media platform like Facebook in Austria. It's like it was like a small Facebook, just a very local one. And I saw that we have a lot of the same friends, and I messaged her. We met for coffee, and then we met at a club, and yeah, one thing led to another, and we've been together ever since. Inseparable ever since.
Yeah. Okay, then we have a lot of questions about have you been to this and that place. So one question is, have you been to Los Angeles? The answer is yes. There are actually videos, older videos on our channel, which will also pop up here. There's a whole playlist. We did a road trip from LA to San Francisco, which was a lot of fun. So check them out. I really enjoyed that time. It was lots of fun. When are you guys doing Mindanao trips? So I don't know if you missed it, but we did a whole motorbike trip in Mindanao. We went from Davao along the coast up to Surigao and took a road to Siargao. So that was a lot of fun. The playlist will also be linked up here.
We are going to be back in Mindanao for the big bike convention that's happening this year.
Yeah. Oh, on that note, I got another question. When are you going to do a meetup in Davao? Probably then.
Yeah, we'll do it next time.
Yeah. Then same category, have you been to the UK? The answer is yes. Plenty of videos about London are on our channel. I think I will link everything in the description box down below as well, so you guys can check it out. But we haven't really explored the UK outside of London, so maybe that's a goal for, I don't know, this year, next year. Okay, last one on the have you been to questions is, have you been to Africa?
Yes, so some of you might know, but I actually spent a lot of my childhood in South Africa. My dad had to travel there for work a lot. My parents actually met in South Africa. So South Africa is a very important place to me, and both Nelly and I have also traveled to South Africa together twice, and we really love it there. And actually this year we might have a big family get-together in South Africa. which I'm personally very excited about. So hopefully, like later on this year, we'll fly to South Africa and we'll get to go back to the Kruger Park. We'll get to spend some time in Cape Town. Amazing food there. Really psyched about that.
Yeah.
We have some vlogs.
Yes.
They'll pop up right here, the playlist.
Yes. And I think we have other countries on the list for Africa, Egypt, for example, Morocco, Kenya. Lots of places to explore, so we just scratched the surface. But yeah, so many destinations. I would just want to go everywhere. That is a very good question. Pros and cons living in the Philippines versus back in Miami.
Yeah, that really is a good question. It's actually quite a tough one because
it's actually a whole video topic.
Yeah, we really loved our time living in Miami. I will say, one thing that always bothered me a little bit is traveling to the US. I always felt a little uneasy because of the whole like entry situation. Miami was great in terms of lifestyle. We lived in Miami Beach. We had electric skateboards. It took us like 2 minutes to get to the sandy beach of Miami, and we went running there a lot. The whole society, the old people living in Miami are very fitness driven, which kind of puts you into a healthy lifestyle, which is very, very good. And then come the downsides. Miami is incredibly expensive.
The price tag.
I feel like Miami is the most expensive place in the US in general. Rent was very expensive, food was very expensive.
Miami is very Hispanic influenced, so we learned to
relax a little more.
Relax a little bit more and enjoy life a little bit more.
Yes.
And focus more on social life as well.
Yeah, focus more on living.
Yeah.
Which was really good. Advantages in the Philippines is life here is easier for us because the cost of living is way lower. It's easier to travel around. So in Miami, we always kind of were stuck in this bubble. We always stayed in Miami. We never really ventured out of Miami to other places in the US. Here in the Philippines, we just like to explore more within the Philippines. We travel around the Philippines a lot.
It's quite affordable.
Yeah, it's quite affordable. People here are more open in the Philippines. Here in the Philippines, I feel less under pressure to show a certain image. You know, in Miami, it was all about, you know, what you have, what you own, and
what you do.
And I didn't really, that was something I never really got into that. I never really liked that show-offy kind of lifestyle. So I don't know. All in all, I'm happier here in the Philippines for sure. I was very sad to leave Miami, but when we left Miami, we were actually thinking of moving to Bali, and then we went to Bali and we didn't like it at all as a place to live. As a place to vacation, it's great, but as a place to live, it's not great. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then we found Manila, and we fell in love with Manila, and we like it here more.
Yeah. So downside of living in Manila, where we actually live, is the beach is not close. You have to head out of the city to see some beaches. But the good point is the Philippines are surrounded by over 7,000 islands, so you have plenty of beaches to visit in just, I would say, a proximity of 1 to 2 hours by plane, even by car. So that's really nice. Yeah, a few things that bother me a little bit is traffic, because you lose a lot of time in traffic, but that's something that we learn to live with. It's part of the life, part of the Manila life.
I do really miss the electric skateboard.
Yeah, we miss
There's no way we can do that in Manila. No. It's too dangerous. So I really miss the electric skateboards.
Yeah. And one thing that we realized traveling in the Philippines is Wi-Fi or internet connectivity is not always that good, but I have to say it improved a lot compared to the first time when we came to the Philippines and now. So there is so much improvement happening, so much change, good change happening. So we're very optimistic. Okay, so this topic leads into another question.
Yes.
Are you still loving the Philippines, and are you staying here for good?
I feel like I fall in love with the Philippines every day a little bit more, and every day that we stay here becomes more and more our home. And when we leave Manila, I find myself missing Manila. I find myself feeling a little bit homesick. So yes, definitely I'm very happy about our decision to move here. I have no ambitions to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
At all. I'm happy here right now.
We're staying here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are entering Edsa, so we're going to focus on traffic right now. We are going to tune in at home and continue this Q&A.
Open sky, never on my own. Wild like the flowers grow. Fast life, no thanks, no, I'm doing just fine. One foot in another. Floating, enjoying my freedom. Singing off key, yeah. I like it better when I'm under the sun.
Alright guys, we're back at home. Time to continue the Q&A. Do you remember where we stopped, Nelly?
No, but meanwhile we got a lot of questions additionally, so lots to catch up on.
Here's an interesting question. What do you think your lives would be like if you guys did not meet each other?
Whoa!
That's a deep question. I probably would have gone to China if I hadn't met Nelly.
True.
Because I was working for Siemens and it was kind of developing in that way that I was supposed to go to China. So that's probably where I would have ended up. And I don't know what would have happened after that.
It's really hard to tell for myself because at that time I was an athlete, so I was doing karate and I was pretty good. So I might have continued doing that, but I stopped doing it because I wasn't passionate about it anymore. Otherwise I would have a corporate job, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's something that I was striving for, but thinking about it now, it wouldn't make me happy. Yeah, I'm glad that we met. Changed everything.
Are you guys going to Dinagyang 2020 in Iloilo? Yes, we are. We're going to be going to the Sinulog Festival. We're really excited. And after that, we're going to the Dinagyang Festival.
And another question that we got is, are we going to reunite for making it juicy on the road? So that will be the third road trip with George and Lucy from the Juicy Vlog. And the answer is?
Yes. We're actually going together to Sinulog. We're going to go together to Dinagyang and we are very excited about it. Another good question, how to be a taster on your cooking vlogs? Well, we have channel memberships and one of the benefits of channel memberships is when we do like a cooking vlog, every now and then we put out a community tab post for our members, inviting you guys to come and try the food that we cook. So definitely check that out, hit the join button and you can see all the options.
If there were a second place for you to live at in the Philippines, where will it be?
For me, Siargao.
I think Siargao, yeah. Island vibes all the way.
What is your favorite food from the Philippines and why? My favorite food in the Philippines is the sinigang soup, and the reason why, my second favorite food is lechon, but lechon is incredibly unhealthy to eat it all the time, but sinigang is actually not unhealthy. It's a great soup. You can get fish sinigang, you can get pork sinigang, I think you can even get beef sinigang, and I just love it. It's so good and sour and delicious.
What do you think is Mike's best characteristic that made him stand out from the rest? Ooh, that is a very intimate question. I think it's a mix of everything. Mike is very smart. Mike is very funny. He's very interested in learning new things, so he constantly develops his character and he also inspires me to do so. So that is something that I really admire a lot. He's very kind and a very nice human being. I just love you.
I think
many things.
I think she forgot that I'm very patient. Next question. Ooh, when will you get married?
Oh my god, I think every time we put out a Q&A, that is
always two questions.
One
when will
question.
you have kids and when will you get married?
Yeah.
I don't know, Nelly hasn't asked me yet.
Yes, that's the standard answer, so...
Oh, this one's easy. Alexa, Google Assistant. Definitely Google Assistant.
Yeah.
Okay, Google, why are you so great?
My top priorities are to be helpful and friendly.
Okay, how many countries have you visited in total? Any tips for first-time solo travelers?
I honestly don't know how many countries we visited in total. It's a lot. Advice for
40 to 50.
I think even more.
I think if you travel solo, the most important thing is to have an open mind and to just connect with the people from the country that you visit. So just open your heart and let new people into your life. You might learn a lot and have the best time.
Cool. Okay, one more question.
Okay. How long do you stay mad at Mike after a heated argument?
Oh. How long do you stay?
Yeah.
I don't know. You need to tell me.
Well, you can tell.
Minutes? Maybe?
Yeah. It's usually a window frame of half an hour to hour depending on the heat in the argument.
Yeah.
But we try to resolve our discussions in a very fair way.
Yeah.
So, and we never go to bed angry at each other. So,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, guys. Nelly's actually going to do a Q&A on her channel very soon. So if you haven't subscribed to Nelly's channel, it'll pop up right here. It's Nelly's Life. She's got a lot of very juicy questions here that you got on Instagram. And that video will be online next week, I think, right?
Yes.
One question that I was expecting to receive, but I haven't received yet, is what are our travel plans for 2020? So there are a lot of plans, a lot of very exciting plans, but just to give you like a little bit of a preview of what's happening just this month in January, we're going to be filming a video in Intramuros next week, which is going to be really cool. We are going to be heading down to Tagaytay, Batangas tomorrow, which is going to be exciting. We have Zambales, Balea and La Union on our schedule for this month. Also, Iloilo, Cebu, a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
A lot of things happening.
And of course, you guys are always part of it. So comment down below your recommendations.
Also, if you have any other questions that weren't answered yet, the first 20 questions that are put in the comments down below will be answered by us when the video goes live. All right, guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. It has been long overdue since we did it the last time. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember to stay awesome.
Be positive.
And make it happen. Au
Bye-bye.
revoir.
She danced in the starlight, do what makes my soul shine. Never ever felt so free. Watch me sit